What's up? Thursday, hot ice edition. I am joined by Carl and a fan of the second best team in the city of New York. Um, big Ev, big disappointment Ev, big letdown Ev, big sweep Ev. I don't know what to say. I mean, that is the headline. You know, the two best teams in the league square off. The little brother takes two, sends the big bad Yankees packing. 4.5 back of the best record. All this huge tear that you guys are on. We're 4.5 back without the Grom. Scherzer missing time. You guys are desperate. You're causing problems in the clubhouse. You got to go get Benintendi. Like, what's going on in the Bronx?
Good to have you back, Rico. Good to have you back.
I can't even keep a straight face. No, so obviously we'll touch the Mets and Yankees square off. It's big win for the Mets. Not really that big a deal for the Yankees. Like, the fans make more of a deal of this as it is. But my question, Ev, is this the guy you wanted? You're the first one now in the arms race, which will probably get deleted from YouTube for me saying arms race. But the arms race of World Series contenders, you go get Benintendi. We don't know where all the other pieces are going to land. Soto, Contreras. So how does it feel, I guess, to be the first one to make the move? And why did you need him? And why did you want this guy?
Well, I mean, first things first, I'd like to congratulate you, Rico, on winning the World Series last night. I'm sure they'll hang a nice banner in Citi Field, maybe a ring ceremony next week. So congrats to that. Tip my cap. Good 2-game sweep. I didn't know we called 2-game sweeps, but I guess that's how they roll in Queens. When it comes to Benintendi's the guy I've been asking for. You ask, you shall receive. He's getting vaccinated, so no worries about going to Toronto, who I'm sure we'll get into later because they have been absolutely on fire since the All-Star break. The bats have been absolutely outrageous. No, I mean, I'm excited. I mean, hopefully this means no more pinch hitting Joey Gallo in the ninth to strike out for the 90th time in a row. I mean, his strikeout stats are so bad, you have to clarify, like, they're not Frank stats, they're real stats. Like, when Frank makes up, it's like, oh for whatever. Like, Joey Gallo legitimately has struck out about 40% of the time he's given to play this year. 40%. And Aaron Boone, as much as, like, I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I think he has done a good job managing his ball club this year. You pinch hit a guy who strikes out 40% of the time, and then I think to face a guy who strikes out 50% of the guy he faces over a guy in IKF who, listen, I understand he has not hit a home run this year. He doesn't have home run power, but he's a guy who's hit pretty well for average. And also, if you paid attention to the Yankees this season, he has come through quite a few times in clutch, like big spots we needed big hits in late games. So I did one of these. I watched. I was like, huh. I'm scratching my head. I'm like, Gallo for IKF, that's weird. But, I mean, that shouldn't matter anymore. I mean, I'm very happy Benintendi's here. I watched a highlight tape this morning of him just cranking home runs over the short porch in right field today. As a Red Sox, that feels good to have him on our side. I'm excited. I mean, we needed a lefty bat. Gallo just isn't the guy. He stinks. Benintendi's good fielder, good hitter. And I think having a guy like him who hits high for average, he hasn't hit a ton of home runs this year, but we don't need that. We have a ton of guys who hit home runs. We need a good lefty bat that's a good outfielder. And, I mean, having a guy like him that's probably going to end up batting later in the order, I think is going to be phenomenal for this lineup and really stabilize the back end of the lineup. So I feel great about it. We need the pitcher, though. I think our number two starter in the playoffs is still potentially on another roster right now.
Right.
Hopefully Luis. It seems like at this point it's going to be either Castillo or Montez. I personally would much prefer Castillo. I'd imagine many Yankee fans would as well, but we'll see. I trust in Cashman to make the move. I think Castillo is going to be the guy. I hope so, at least.
Yeah. So, Carl, you can give your take, too, I guess, on the Mets and Yankees as far as just that being – it was high energy, two really good games. The national broadcast last night obviously grabbed everybody. But, I see Contreras and Ian Happ. They're applauding them. Like, where do you want them to go? Do you think it's a complete botch if they don't sell them? Where are you at as far as what the Cubs are doing or what's going on?
You guys it just bad timing to ask me that. I think Andy Benintendi you guys say go by Andy now. Andy Benintendi if he's going to play in the Bronx. And he's got to win over all those 11, 12-year-old Guido Yankee fans that haven't fucking bought a chain yet with their own money, haven't bought a fucking custom jersey with the name on the back yet. It's fucking little scumbags. Yeah, like one of your little nephews or something, Big Ev, that should get his ass kicked, but he won't because everybody's the same fucking fraud out there.
No, yeah. Well, listen, you want to be a revered asshole 12-year-old, just reach over the field to play in an important game when it matters. That's all you got to do.
Hey, Letterman's going to come calling the second you get home, too. So then, and don't be bashful to make the fucking rounds, Jeffrey. I know you're out there.
Jeffrey. Love you, Jeffrey.
I had to, I just like, now my job is to just like sit around when we get hired by Barstool, originally, like fucking 10 seasons ago, Big Cat, hey, the Cubs are going to be pretty good. Can you write some blogs about them while they're getting better? Because, just write some Cub shit. And that's the job, is to like, hey, we're going to be good. We're doing this. And you're just explaining why the Cubs are going to be good and why these moves make sense. And then they get good. And then you're writing scouting reports and you're writing fucking division matchups and the content and the tone and the conversation. It just fucking, it's all about winning a championship. And quite literally right now with the Cubs, all I'm doing is just telling people, like, it's going to be okay. Like, we got 3 more years. Like, I'm a counselor now. I went from being a content guy to just like, you guys need help, DM me, let me know what's going on. They're trading in half because they don't have fucking money. They let everybody walk. Len Casper went to the south side of Chicago to do AM radio for a team that's fucking 500 through 100 fucking games. Because you didn't like think about that for a second. You don't have $8 million for Kyle Schwarber, $5 million for John Lester. These people are fucking frauds. They're scumbags. They're pieces of shit. And it's going to take 2 years and nobody's showing up for them to give a fuck to cut a fucking check. And by then, I don't even know if I'll care. Good morning, guys.
Yeah, I
by
just
the way.
think
It's just been a shitty situation here with Ian Happ and Contreras. I had to
I got it. The Cubs, I mean, listen,
making it awkward.
The Cubs are always going to, yeah. The Cubs are always going to show out, so the attendance, I get your point. That's what they said to do with the Reds, but, it's tough. It's tough. If you did have to put him, where do you want Contreras to go?
Contreras got to go to the Mets. And I hope you guys are stupid enough to give us one of these Pete Crow Armstrong types that we can just stock down in high A and wait till 2025. That big theme. Okay. We had a Red Line Radio come out today, and all we talked about 2025. Blackhawks in 2025. Watch your fucking ass. The Bears in 2025 with the way they're restructuring this offensive line, the way we're drafting. Colson Montgomery at the White Sox, he's going to be a massive fucking problem 3 years from now. And if the world isn't paying attention, come 2025, Chicago is going to sneak up on you guys.
Yeah, hopefully we're in like season 3 of the Bear at that point. Season 4 of the Bear, we're rolling. Everything's rolling on fucking. Make some beeps. My boy Jeremy Allen White just keeps Chicago rolling. So,
season 26 of Chicago PD too. I mean, the whole catalog is just rolling. I'm sorry.
It's fine. With that said, I'm gonna roll right into it. My best bet is the Yankees over 4.5 runs. The headline of the blog that I'm putting up says if the Yankees have any guts, they'll score over 4.5 runs tonight. You got the Royals at home. You just got Benintendi. The papers are hitting you. You can't go out to the clubs. The women are turning you down. You're the little brother in town. The Mets just fucking put a beating on you. You got to go score 4.5 tonight. Put a show up. I need all the fucking idiots with their chains. Like, all right, we're back. I need it. Yankees over 4.5 tonight has to happen if you have any fucking guts. That's my best bet. I'm putting that right out there. I know we're going out of order. I'm putting that right out there. So now back to original schedule programming. Dog of the day, the beaten man, the dead dog, the putting them down. Big Ev, what's your dog of the day?
You motherfucker. Guy knows he can't lose.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be like, I shouldn't have backed those nutless bastards. Exactly. This is what we call a win-win.
Sharp, man.
All right, dog of the day. Go with my guy who I've loved betting on this year. We're going with the Mariners with Logan Gilbert on the mound tonight in Houston. Another team who people talk about. That's the only upside to the Yankees struggling a little bit coming out of the All-Star break is that the Astros have also looked like shit. They just got swept by the A's. By the A's. Although they did get a couple wins out of the Mariners coming out of the All-Star break. I think the Mariners bounce back here. I think we see a good start from Logan Gilbert tonight. They're in that plus 120, 125 range. I think Mariners get back on track. That's who I'm going with. Mariners plus 125. Logan Gilbert, bring me home, sir. Bring me home, you big, tall bastard.
I think the Astros are 20-6 over their last 26, but I do like the fact that Logan Gilbert's a dog. He's an ad.
But they're 0-3 in their last 3, Carl. They're 0-3 in their last 3. Don't be spinning your accounting shit. Hey, we're projections in the quarter. We're doing okay. Low yield. Don't give me that bullshit. You're 0-3 in your last 3.
Swept by the A's. They stink.
Okay. I'm gonna be a sucker here. I'm taking the Cubs. I'm taking the Cubs plus like 120, 125. This is what happens. You trade your catcher, you trade your 2 best players, and the team rallies for one game. They're going to rally tonight, even though they haven't traded them yet. Like, it's just been announced and stuff, and everybody knows they're leaving. The Cubs mash left-handed pitching pretty well, I should say. It's kind of an anomaly there. They mash it pretty well. And Justin Steele on the mound, he's actually a G. If you don't know who this dude is, who's pitching for the Cubs, he's like 6'1", 6'2", little bit of like a pot-belly kind of country boy, strong, talks with a big draw, likes to hunt and fish, always walking around this fucking dog. This dude goes out there with like lefty slinging 93, 94 mile-an-hour cutters, and he's a very bold competitor. And I know a night game in San Francisco is going to get his juices flowing a little bit. So I'm taking the Cubs here as a dog, as a hopeless, pathetic sap.
Yeah, Alex Wood hasn't been fantastic, though. He's 6-8. The ERA is a little high. The Giants, again, I still don't really trust this Giants lineup to do anything, of value in the playoffs. I think they'll be buyers. They got to go get a bat. I don't hate it with the Cubs, but it is funny that you shit all over the Cubs, and then that's your talk of the day.
Yep.
So, but hey, it's you love your dog. That's how it goes. I'm going to chase a huge one. I'm going to go with the Rangers plus 185. Ohtani's been really good. I get it. We talked about it. There's value. I do still think the lines are a little skewed with them. This is a Rangers team that's been slumping. I think I just like there's a lot. There's the little dogs out there, and then there's really big ones. I could chase like a 2-1. If I like almost a 2-1 payout, I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to take the Rangers. Yeah, so they've lost. They got swept by the Mariners and lost 2 out of 3 to the A's and beat the Marlins coming out of the break. So they have not been good. This is a Rangers team that I think can go get it. And when they score, they score. So, they're talking about trading no time. Like, L.A. is a fucking disaster.
Disaster.
Plus 185.
That's a disaster.
Yeah.
Thank
Trout's
you for
got
saying
the back
that.
thing. Nobody knows what's going on.
He said they're saying he's going to deal with the back thing forever.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That was scary.
Crazy.
When I read that, I was like, oh, my God.
Dude, the next, 6 years or 7 years or something, they've got, $75 million every year committed to Trout and Rendon. And so now they're trying to figure out what Ohtani's going to be worth, because he's only getting $5 million this year. He can become a free agent after the 2023 season. And so then the question is, if he leaves in free agency, you only get 1 draft pick back at the fucking 3rd round if he leaves in free agency.
So at that point, why not trade him now?
That's why it's saying you have to trade now. The problem is the Angels are owned by Art Moreno, and Art Moreno has a new executive team under him and went really bold when he brought in this executive team, like IBM fucking computer guys. And they're in their 2nd year now, and they've done some crazy shit. They just drafted only pitchers last year in the draft. They've done really aggressive, weird stuff. And now Art Moreno, the owner's like, I don't fucking trust you guys to do shit. So I think you're going to see an Ohtani trade in the offseason or next year, and I think you're going to see the Angels clean house and bring in some traditional guys. They'll bring in some names that you've heard. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Art Moreno went to Theo Epstein and was like, hey, dude, can you come look at our team, and would you be interested in $10 to $15 million a year?
Yeah, figure it back out. Consultant shit. Yeah, I don't hate it. Best bet, I already gave mine. Carl, let's whip it back around. Who's your best bet?
Got excited there about the Angels. Kind of lost flow of the show there. That's my fault. Let me just reel it back in here. No. Guardians minus 115. This is kind of a stupid bet. I was going to flip-flop last second, go to Red Sox, but I initially like the Guardians. This is the time of the year for the AL Central. The next couple weeks, I think the AL Central plays very good baseball. That's just the way I feel about the AL Central. And I do very, very, very much like the Guardians to keep this thing moving here.
Yeah, I gave him out. It was my only winner yesterday. Red Sox are dead. They're talking about trading everybody on the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Guardians are still pesky. I like that pick as well. Ed, best bet.
Did you watch the game yesterday? I was on the Red Sox.
Yeah, they had some gross errors.
He had the first baseman had all 3 errors. Disgusting. Literally cost him the game by himself. Absolutely disgusting. But anyways, I'm back on a total. I'm on the Tigers Blue Jays over 9.5.
Ooh, crazy.
I really like the pitching matchup for the Blue Jays here. Lefty on the mound, Alexander for the Tigers. Not great. Also, I don't love I don't hate what's coming back at the Tigers either in Kikuchi or however you say the guy's name. I think he's been pretty hittable all year. I think 9.5 is low. Blue Jays have been literally on fire since the All-Star break. Besides yesterday, they struggled. Wainwright threw a real good start last night for the Cardinals and shut them down. I think they bounced back big here at home. I think Toronto might cover this number themselves. I think they're good for 6-7 runs at least. I think they really run it up today. On my card, the best bet's the over on my card. I got the Blue Jays run line as well, but over's the play, over 9.5. Blue Jays Tigers.
What are you smirking about up there?
This is what I got. All time like gambling, like like fix the stats in the way you want. How many runs are the Blue Jays averaging per game since the All-Star break return? 10, because they scored 28 in the one game. No, but with that said, like, they had the Red Sox coming out of the break, put up 4-8, Cardinals 10. They just lost yesterday. I do think you see that bounce back with Toronto. And again, like, I know it's quirky. Hey, they went for 28 runs, but this is the team we've been talking about the whole time that can just fucking explode on you. Mm-hmm. And if they get hot and right the ship, we've seen this path for the playoffs. Braves, Nationals going back. Like the Blue Jays, if they make a move and turn this around, they could be an underlying team to worry about in the playoffs, Just something to keep an eye on. Like it's worth it. Anything to close it out before we do Hit Parade, which is plus 7 units on the year, a 3-game heater.
I was gonna say, I think we buried the lead big here. I think we gotta open the show and just like heavy prop. I mean, if you're not paying attention to the Hit Parade, like you're literally missing out on an unbelievably fun bet to follow. But more importantly, I mean, we're putting money in our pockets right now.
Free money. 7 units,
dude. I'm looking
7 units,
dude. I'm looking at June on the losers. We're 2 out of 3 on almost all of them. Like, yeah, we're not literally. We're 2 out of 3 on almost all of them. It takes a big act for us to
lose. It takes a guy to get hit and come out. It takes a miraculous play. It takes it takes me getting no hit 6 times in a row.
Yeah, exactly. So, you're right. You know what? Fuck it. We'll go right into the Hit Parade. I'm gonna go with a guy who went hitless last night. They're in a bounce back spot. I'm gonna go with Altuve. I love Altuve. Carl.
I got Nico Horner. I was lapping it up. I've talked so much shit about the Cubs the last 48 hours. This is what they're going to do to me. Now they're going to come out. Everybody's going to go 5 for 5 and just fucking. I'm smart enough to know now. Throwing Nico Horner in there. He's hitting for a high average. Don't be deceived, though. He's not an everyday show. Okay, I'm not going to go down his path. Nico Horner. Up to you guys.
I'm on Vladdy Jr. Like I said, the Blue Jays have been hot. He's been hot, batting .455 since the All-Star break. Enough said. Vladdy Jr.
So we have the price. It's plus 225. So I love it. You get the guys who are heavily juiced. I mean, Nico Horner, you got to get a fucking magnifying glass to find this guy. But I trust it and call. We're on a 3-game heater. So this guy jacks up the price, plus 225. Let's go, Nico.
Nico Horner's hitting like 306 this year, man. He hits. He just can't hit for extra bases, and nobody understands. I'm not an island out here explaining this to people.
The money's in the crumbs. The money's in the crumbs. Wait till we get to like 12 units in a couple of weeks, and we start throwing Vogelbach and fucking Ev gets crazy and throws Gallo in there, and we got Vogelbach, Gallo, and Nico Horner for plus 800. And you're like, whoa, I got to take that. So that's where we're going. So that's hot ice. Anything else kind of to close it out as we head into the weekend?
Hey, post-show here, guys. Dog Days of Summer are coming up, and the month of August is a very special month to me because that's when everybody just fucking tunes out and stops giving a shit. And I just want you guys to know, next month you're gonna get a bang up effort from me. I mean, this is where you get to the next level of the baseball season, where the cream really rises to the top in the month of August. So if you've been following Hot Ice, I'm seeing and sensing a very hot month from the 3 of us.
Yeah. Don't quit. Everyone says don't quit on summer. don't quit on baseball. You can go find a winner on a fucking Thursday at 1 o'clock. That's a mispriced line. You can go find a hit parade. You find a guy to hit a homer.
Orioles.
You find divisional.
Orioles today.
Yep, divisional prices. That's how it goes. So, Ev, anything else? You're a beaten man. I mean,
Orioles?
12:30.
Give you the
12:30.
Orioles at 12:30. Okay.
Orioles money line. Who the fuck's on the mound for the Orioles? They hit Yarborough well. I was doing some numbers. Also, little sprinkle here. Trey Mancini to hit a home run. He's hit 3 and I think 8 or 9 at bats against Yarborough. Mancini today. Also, it's that kid Mo that RDT's always posting. It's like his day at the ballpark today. So some magic in the air at Camden Yards today. Orioles get a W. They're actually favorites. I think they should be. The Rays got their B lineup out there. Like a Rosarena's not in there. I think even Yandy Diaz might even be out of the lineup as well. Yandy. So Orioles today. Little sprinkle on Mancini to homer. What do you say?
Yeah.
Little midday action.
Yeah. Plus, you could always root for a guy to who beats cancer, unless you're ESPN and you don't give Trey Mancini the award. So that'll close out the show. ESPN hates fucking people who beat cancer. Doesn't respect cancer survivors. So thanks a lot, ESPN. That's the show. Hopefully we don't get canceled with the variety of violations we've had today. We will see you on Tuesday. Go bet the hit parade. We got the price. We'll be pumping it back out. Take it easy.